Welcome to the C3 Sports Podcast. I'm Cody, alongside Kale and Colin. Boys, we have regionals starting this weekend. We also have Women's College World Series starting this weekend. And how about a shout out to Tanya Tucker reaching out to good old Rhonda Revelle today?
I don't know who that is.
Oh my goodness. Can we talk about how dumb that lead-in music was real quick? What was that?
Kale has it on here as baseball intro, so I played
That's
baseball
not what we
intro.
were supposed to be using. I didn't know that's what you clicked until
I played it because it said baseball intro.
this is our intro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's better. I can bob to that. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure what I should do.
There's also another one on here that I think might be for Kale. Feeding the ducks.
This is a generic one that comes with StreamYard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, boys, we want to hit on Women's College World Series real quick, and then we can get into regionals.
Go
Yeah.
Huskers.
Go Big Red. Colin, we talked a little bit about this in our group. Like, does Tennessee have the easiest path to the finals?
Yeah, like I get the point of how like a bracket works, right? But like
Yeah.
once you get to the ultimate tournament, right? The last 8.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the belief that it probably should have been reseeded.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting here looking at my college baseball predictions, and if I was to go 100% right on the 8 teams that I have in Omaha, one side is, I think, going to be significantly easier than the other.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of reseeding.
Yeah, I agree. We were talking about the reseed the other night.
Right. We were talking about the Big Ten tournament should have been. You thought it should have been reseeded, and Nebraska should have played Washington instead of Michigan. But
the way they broke down, it made sense.
Right. I don't know. I think Nebraska's in a really good spot. We talked about this the other day that Nebraska's a little bit unique, where it's not a one pony show on the mound.
Right.
And I kind of shared a stat line with you guys the other night about how many less innings Jordy Ball has thrown to this point, and it's kind of similar to when she was at Oklahoma. Her workload headed to the Women's College World Series.
Yeah,
and don't think that that's not going to play a factor.
Oh yeah. I mean, also, quick shout out, National Player of the Year, Jordy Ball, Jordy Fromm, whatever
Jordy
you want to go. Yeah. Very, very excible.
Well, after last weekend, maybe she goes by Jordy Ball again.
Yeah.
Will
Trey be allowed in Oklahoma City?
The Bowling Boys.
Yeah. Will Nebraska drink Oklahoma City out of beer again after what happened in basketball?
No, because we're not going to have that many fans there.
Yeah. So action started at noon 11 Central, noon Eastern. First game, Texas Tech and Mississippi State. Texas Tech Florida series was fun.
A little spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who's your pick for the finals, and then who's your champion?
I'm going Nebraska, Tennessee.
Yeah, I like it. That's why we're riding lean, but just to be different from you, I'll go with Nebraska and Texas Tech, and then Najee Kennedy runs out, her arm falls off in the finals because they pitch her every game.
I hope it's Nebraska, Tennessee, just because last year when Tennessee beat Nebraska.
Yeah. Dude, Tennessee, Caroline Pickens is a stud.
I think
who's a
Nebraska,
stud?
Tennessee would
You know
be
who's
the
a
best.
freaking stud? The Bama pitcher.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
Kos,
Well,
is it Koski? Koski?
It's Koski.
Yeah.
Then we'll stop that right there. But yeah, I like it. Now
Step it right there.
Now we get to regionals. And before we bring in what we think's the toughest regional, what are you looking for storylines this weekend? Colin, you kind of hinted at one on Sunday as far as your thoughts on the SEC.
Yeah, I
Should we
think
start off there?
I think the SEC is going to get exposed here a little bit in regionals. I could be completely off, but I actually predict that 2 top SEC teams don't even make it out of regionals.
All right.
I've watched quite a bit of SEC baseball this year,
Yeah.
and that conference is not as deep as it's been. And I think, I kind of said it before we got on here. I think the Big Ten is deeper than people realize. If USC gets into a regional or into a super regional, if they can get out of College Station, out of that Texas A&M region, they're going to be a problem for somebody in a super regional where they only have to win 2 games.
Yeah.
With Mason Edwards and Grant Govell on the mound, USC is going to be a problem.
Yes,
that is going to be a huge problem for somebody. Now, what works into teams' favor is, and this is another thing that actually drives me nuts, is I think the SEC gets a little bit inflated because they put up really good offensive numbers.
Yeah.
And it's not a coincidence that they struggle when they get to Omaha.
Yeah.
Because they all play in freaking boom boxes. Like Georgia's ballpark, there's a reason those dudes are hitting balls into trees.
Yeah.
And they say Georgia feeds the trees ball. Well, the other fences are 320. This is college baseball. There should be a minimum distance. We were talking about earlier this year.
Fairleigh Dickinson
and their offensive numbers. And then we're like, oh, that's why, because it's only 380 to center field. So a pop fly to center field is going out. Well, no wonder your best hitters hitting
a can of corn's going out.
Yeah, no wonder your best hitter's hitting 465 and has 25 bombs with 3 weeks to go in the season. All he's got to do is hit a little pop up.
Yep.
Geez, I'll tell you what, man. Why wouldn't you want to go play in Fairleigh Dickinson? That's a nice little boost to the morale.
Yeah.
A little confidence.
Get one good year, and then you can go into the portal, get some money, and then not do anything because you were playing in a little league ball field.
But yeah, I really think Cody's going to call me a homer on this thing, but I think Florida is a team to watch through regionals, super regionals, and a potentially NCAA tournament. They're playing really, really well right now. They're healthy, and they've got 2 dudes.
That's what I was just going to say. Of those teams, I think Florida's probably the best geared for postseason.
Right.
With Aiden King and Liam Peterson in their offense.
Right.
So, not a bad problem to have. When you were talking about the SEC, the pitching's definitely not what it's been in the past. And
I think
you need pitching.
I think Texas is about to find out what pitching looks like. Ask UCLA how good of pitchers UCSB has.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have a probably top 5 pick. Maybe
they might have a number 1 pick
with Flora. Like,
I mean, I have a hard time seeing anybody taking Rock Chalowski,
yeah.
not number one, but
Okay. Can
you're
we
good.
do
You're what?
a hot take?
You want me to give it?
Yeah.
Rock Chalowski going to be a bust in the MLB because his swing path sucks.
That. And that was gonna be my question. Is Rock Chalowski gonna get exposed?
Not here, but once he gets to Major League Baseball, he's going to
Yeah.
because his swing is too rigid.
Yeah. I like it.
There's a little hitch in it. I actually I can't believe after watching him play 3 baseball games this last weekend and watching it really close after shout out Coach Herman pointed it out to me that he had
The
read
All-American or the Hall of Famer?
The Hall of Famer gets another shout.
pointed out that he had read that somewhere or heard that somewhere too, that they think Chalowski is going to be a problem, like, or his swing is going to be a problem. I really watched it, and like, I can't believe teams don't throw him in on his hands all the time. And you kind of seen that at the Big Ten tournament. Was teams were busting him in on his hands, and he couldn't hit it. Like, he did not have a good Big Ten tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. No, they were led by, is it Lavu?
Mulalai Love or Lavu,
Yeah. Yeah.
two
carried
walk-off hits.
Yep. Yeah, so I'll bring this up. Well, Kale, do you have any hot takes or thoughts?
No, I didn't watch enough of the season to have a hot take. So, although like I said last week, I thought the Big Ten, in terms of just watching baseball and the way, I don't know, I just felt like the Big Ten had better players than we get credit for.
There's been the Mercer talk. Do you think there was, outside of Mercer, any other teams that should have been in that didn't get in? Like, is there anyone you'd go to bat for?
No.
And would you even really go to bat for Mercer? Because I'm the one that talked to you, and you didn't want to put Mercer in.
I know. I tried to tell you they weren't going to get in.
Yeah. And then,
If they would have won one game, in their tournament, would they have gotten in?
No.
I think they went 1-2, didn't they?
Yes.
'Cause I think you corrected me on that.
Yes.
Oh, I thought they went 0-2.
Yeah.
So if they would have won a second game, would they have gotten in?
No.
No.
I think they had to make the conference finals, and they did.
As I say, the finals.
Wow.
And even then,
I have an
it's,
RPI.
Clearly, their RPI didn't matter, Kale. They're the first team
1 and
ever.
2.
They're the first
1
team
and 2.
ever with a top 30 RPI did not make the NCAA tournament.
They're also going to have a win over the national champion.
midweek.
I said that just so you could say midweek.
You know how the SEC has the motto, like, SEC, it just means more?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
They should put like an asterisk there, except for midweek games.
Yeah. So, what did you think of the Big Ten's new motto they've rolled out the last couple weeks?
It worked. It did exactly what they wanted it to happen.
Go big or go home with
the
all
top
their
4
national
teams.
titles.
The top 4 teams made it to Saturday, and the 1 seed played the 3 seed for the Big Ten title, so it worked.
Yeah. What did you think of the go big or go home, listing all their national champions from this year?
Well, they've got plenty of it.
Yep. Added another one this past weekend with Northwestern women's lacrosse.
Hand in your man card for knowing that Northwestern won the women's national championship in lacrosse.
Hey, Big Ten, baby.
Please turn it into Kale Streeter.
Oh, all right. Well, without further ado, we ranked our toughest regionals. So we'll get a quick.
We had a pretty good discussion on this.
Yeah.
Because Kale was kind of talking about like, does the one seed, how tough the one seed is, play into how tough the regional is? And I kind of said, you got to look more like who's got a good 2 and a good 3 seed.
Yeah.
And if you look at Nebraska's region, who we think is the toughest, 3 weeks ago, Ole Miss is in the conversation to host a region.
Yeah. I mean, they were before
and that's what you get when you're a 13 seed.
Yeah.
You're going to get a really strong number 2 the way they're doing it now. But then Arizona State's really good, and all 3 of those teams, Arizona State, Ole Miss, and Nebraska, are all ranked in the D1 top 25.
Yeah.
And Nebraska, I think they said Ole Miss is somewhere between 14 and 16, I think. And then Nebraska's 20 and Arizona State's 21.
Yeah.
So
I think Nebraska and Mississippi State, I think, were the only 2 regionals to have 3 ranked teams.
Right.
And that's because Louisiana snuck in this week. Maybe
which I think there's a little bit of overvalue on Cincinnati. Like, I think they're getting credit for one player. And a little bit of that too with Arizona State. Like, Arizona State's got Landon Hairston, who's probably a Golden Spikes finalist.
Yeah.
But Kansas's region too is not easy with Arkansas there, and I don't see how there's a path where Kansas wins that region.
No. I saw that Kansas baseball stadium only seats 2,000.
Yes.
So they're opening up basically beer garden out in left field.
Yeah, the backyard.
Yep.
And then they're also opening up Allen Fieldhouse too.
Yeah, Fog Allen. I saw that. Fog Allen's going to be free, and I think it's $10 for the beer garden.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think they are not prepared for what Arkansas fans are going to do. Because Arkansas travels.
Yeah, but how many Arkansas fans got tickets?
Yeah, I know.
That's the issue, like when you're playing in a stadium that small.
Yeah.
You're only required to give Arkansas so many tickets.
Yeah.
And then Kansas you look at what Nebraska did. They sold 8,400 tickets and they were sold out by 3:10 yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, the general public had 10 minutes to snag general admission tickets before they were gone.
I think what they say there was like 1,200. I can't remember. I thought it was like only 1,200 tickets available.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And Nebraska looked into bringing in like non-permanent seating and looking to try to get to the capacity up to like 10,000.
Yeah. So I know when Bolt went on the selection show, he said he expects around 10,000.
Right. Unless I have a hard time seeing they're going to have anything over about 8,700 there.
People will be sitting on the hill of 180.
Yes.
There will be people sitting there to watch. So then North Carolina just got a gauntlet thrown at them for being a 5 seed with Tennessee and East Carolina. I forget the 4 seed out there. VCU.
Yeah, VCU is not an easy 4 seed.
No.
Like, if you're looking at teams that have tough 4 seeds, it's Florida State, Kansas, and North Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, Nebraska, thankfully, got the easiest 4 seed in the field.
Yes.
Probably.
Hopefully. Right. And
I even think A&M, like, Lamar's not an easy 4 seed either. I think you can
Lamar
sum
and
that
A&M
up.
have played twice this year already.
Right. And you can sum that Lamar being a tough 4 seed into the fact that their coach has already accepted a job at Houston for next year.
Yeah. Yep. And then, real quick, because I didn't do this, I'll read off for podcasters. our top 16 was from toughest to easiest: Nebraska, Kansas, North Carolina, Mississippi State, Texas A&M, Southern Miss, West Virginia, Florida State, Georgia Tech, Texas, Oregon, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Auburn, UCLA. But yeah, back to like that. North Carolina is ECU and North Carolina have been, I think, what was it, 2 of the last 3 years in the same regional.
I like it.
Really,
Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun
You know
stuff.
that Southern Miss region, like we kind of already hit on the Texas A&M region with
yeah, with the USC.
USC. Man, Mason Edwards and Grant Gavell again. Like that's a problem.
Yeah, and then you got Texas State, who was the last 4 in.
I mean, I just we kind of discussed it a little bit before the show, but like if you're USC, do you try to beat Texas State without Govell or Edwards?
Yeah, I mean that would set you up perfect if you can.
Right. But it's just like those guys are
And
such
Texas State's not what they were supposed to be with their best player getting kicked off the team.
right. And I mean, I kind of said it. We were texting earlier because we were talking about who Nebraska was going to start, and I mean sometimes those guys just want the ball because they're creatures of habit,
Yeah,
and you don't want to mess with creatures of habit. But like USC's third starter, Sunday starter, did not pitch at the Big Ten tournament because they only played 2 games.
yeah. So
That's crazy.
he's rested. Well, and it's a text I sent you guys earlier. ECU and Wake Forest tried that 3 years ago. And then we had a loser's bracket game of Treyu Savage pitching against Chase Burns
Right.
because they both
Yeah.
held their aces.
That's
Like-
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Not kinda. It is.
So just absolutely insane. So yeah, you were going to the Southern Miss Regional, and they got Virginia, Jacksonville State, and Little Rock. Jacksonville
Like-
State as a 3 seed is a joke. Like, I thought they would be very high too.
It's- they don't play in a tough enough. I realize how high their RPI is.
Yeah,
Like I wish when I did my predictions or when we did our bracket predictions, I would have took into the count like Jacksonville State's RPI is high, but like you got to also value the conference that they play in.
yeah,
And I just there's not enough there. But like I mean, if you're looking at 2s and 3s, that's the second best set of 2s and 3s.
yeah,
Probably, one thing that I'm kind of sitting here kicking myself about now, like I'm going to be pulling for Southern Miss just because, like I said on the show, like Southern Miss and East Carolina have been so close to Omaha. Like one of these years, one of them or both of them have to do it.
because Southern Miss made it about what 10 years ago, roughly.
Yes, I think so. And I don't think East Carolina's ever been there.
Yeah, I want East Carolina so bad to make it.
But I'm kind of questioning whether Southern Miss is even going to get out of their region. Like I don't think Virginia is that good,
Yeah,
but
2009.
2009.
How many times did what's the Virginia head coach's name?
The old one
No,
that went to Mississippi State.
No, the current one. That came from Duke.
Kale, fax machine us.
I'm doing it.
Chris Pollard.
FAC.
There we Chris Pollard. How many times did Chris Pollard have Duke in a super regional?
Yeah,
Like that's not by coincidence.
yep.
And they were in a super regional as a 2 seed, not a host.
'Cause I want to say when they got a host last year, they were saying it was like, wasn't it their first time ever as a host?
Maybe.
I thought I remember them saying that. I think Fit was saying it's the first time they ever hosted last year. So then, past that, West Virginia, they get, I mean, I'm not high on Kentucky. I didn't think they should be in the tournament, but they're an SEC team, so of course they got in.
Wake Forest.
Winning record.
Yeah.
Perennial
Yep,
power.
and then Wake Forest. Yeah, that's right. I was going to get to them.
Okay, so you want me to tell you something about Kentucky that I didn't realize?
What's that?
You've been such a hound on the fact that they didn't win any SEC series and this and that. You know, Kentucky has more wins against teams in the NCAA tournament than anybody else.
I think it was, 11?
Yeah, no, I think it's higher than that. I think it was 15.
Okay, yeah, because I did see that.
Dang.
Because they lost 8 straight SEC weekend series.
The SEC just means more, though. Right.
They never got swept, though.
Yeah, and it like the SEC series, that just means more.
Yeah. But they did lose series to South Carolina and Missouri.
All right, moving on. Florida State probably got one of the better. They probably got one of the better fours.
Yep, St. John.
Cam Flukie is healthy for Coastal Carolina. Like, he will shut down Florida State's offense.
Yep, and Coastal's been here before. I mean, They were just in the finals a year ago. Their counterparts didn't even make the tournament from the finals last year.
All right, now we get into the real discussion.
Because
this is the one you originally had Georgia Tech as like a 14.
Second to last. Yep.
I think, and this is where the discussion came, where you got to look at the 2s and 3s. Oklahoma and the Citadel are one of the better combinations of a 2-3 in this field. And I think there's a little bit of overvalue on how good Georgia Tech is. Like, Georgia Tech, don't get me wrong, they have 2 top 10 draft picks in their batting order with Vaughn Lockie and Drew Burress. Yeah. Like, those guys are both going to be top 10 draft picks.
And then probably the top draft pick of 27 with Incaviglia. Right.
But notice there's something that we said. They're in their lineup, not their pitching staff.
Yeah.
And if you find a team with good pitching in the NCAA regional, that could be a problem for Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Because if you look at their games, they win a lot of games like 12-7, 15. They do not pitch it that well.
No. How about a hypothetical matchup between Georgia Tech and USC?
Right. Like, I would love to see Mason Edwards against that offense. I would love to see Cameron Flukie against that offense.
Depends on the ballpark.
Yeah, I mean, go play. Let's UCLA, okay, with Logan Redmond, pending he's healthy. Go put him in TD Ameritrade and let him play that Georgia Tech offense. I bet it looks a lot different than people think.
Yeah. Well, just TD Ameritrade doesn't matter who's pitching. That Georgia Tech offense is going to look different.
Right. And then we get to Texas, where we kind of agreed on this. Like, Texas is actually one of the teams that I think is on upset alert this weekend.
100%.
UCSB has some MLB arms.
Yeah.
And they get Tarleton State in the first round, where you're not probably like Texas is probably getting Florida on Saturday.
Yeah.
And that could be a problem.
Yeah, big time.
And then The next region, you get Oregon, Oregon State, the Pac-12 regional. The only thing that they could have done better here is made Washington State the 4 and Arizona State the 3 in this region, and they could have just called it the Pac-12.
Right.
Mm.
And then they can have their little tournament that they
Right.
want so badly.
Right. Give them a trophy. The winner gets the Pac-12 trophy.
So, question: are there more Oregon or Oregon State fans there?
Oregon. We just talked about this with Kansas and Arkansas.
I think there's gonna be more Oregon State. Oregon doesn't care about baseball.
Yeah, but okay.
Oregon State cares.
I understand that, but the tickets to these regions are not open
Oh, I know.
to the public to buy. Like schools have, like Nebraska season ticket holders couldn't even order tickets until 2:00 if you hadn't paid at least $100 donation.
Yeah.
Like when I have Husker baseball season tickets, and at 2:00 when I could get tickets, there was only single seat tickets available.
Did you get them?
Well, yeah, I got them. I know people. I got tickets before I was allowed to.
Yeah.
I will be there.
I
Next
still think Oregon
region,
State's gonna. I think
Yeah,
Oregon State
but
will be tough.
Oregon State's ranked in the top 7 in
10.
the country.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with Oregon State is probably a top 5 draft pick next year that's an arm for them. Had Tommy Johns 4 weeks ago, and has been done for the year. So, I mean, that's an issue. The other problem with Oregon State is how tough of schedule have they played?
Right.
Because they're an independent.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know their schedule early was tough, but since all these teams got into conference play,
They couldn't get anybody.
right?
So that's Oregon. We move on to Rammer Jammer, Alabama.
Yeah, and I mean, you put them next on the list because of Oklahoma State as the 2.
Yes, 100%.
I think that's the biggest problem. With
Yeah.
them. Otherwise, USC Upstate and Alabama State, like that's not that scary a region.
No, I mean Alabama State's down there with South Dakota State as far as easiest 4s.
Right. And so, and then, I mean, the same thing can be said about Florida, like they're next on the list because of Miami being the 2. They already swept Miami, though.
Yep.
So, I mean, I mean, you're going to throw Aiden King and Liam Peterson at Miami, and
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm assuming they're not throwing one of those 2 guys on Friday.
No.
You're going to save those 2 bullets to face Miami twice, because I mean, you're going to face Miami twice. Miami isn't losing to Troy,
No.
who shouldn't even been in the tournament.
Troy's gonna beat Miami.
You want to place a bet on that?
$5 you're on.
Side bet, $1 side bet.
Yep. Book it. Real quick on Texas. Any worry about old rubber arm Waywoda going for Holy Cross?
Oh, he might have to sit this one out.
Yeah.
His probably still got ice on his arm from last week.
Yeah. And then so we get into the discussion of the bottom 3, and they're not great.
No, like Boston, like Liberty's probably better than Boston College in Georgia's regional.
Yep.
That's
what carried him ahead.
NC State got in the tournament because Elliott Avant is retiring.
Right.
UCF is not good. I mean, they were swimming in a pool election Sunday, so take that for what it's worth.
Yep.
And then I was flabbergasted. I was
Virginia Tech
shocked when they came out and Virginia Tech was a 2. The minute they came out and Virginia Tech was a 2, I knew Mercer was in trouble.
Yep. You texted that right away.
Right.
No, that was the same when they showed Nebraska before Kansas. I was like, we're not getting Arkansas. There's just
Right.
like, but yeah, with Cal Poly's should the real number 2 in that district or regional.
Yes.
That's where we stand. That's our toughest regionals. Obviously outside of Nebraska. Is there a regional you have your eye on? As far as like the second one, when you're not watched at the Nebraska games, you're gonna be watching scores on your phone and everything.
I'm kind of interested to see what happens in that Southern Miss region.
Yes.
With Jackson State and Virginia, and so that's going to be a region I'm going to keep my eye on. Mississippi State with Louisiana and Cincinnati.
Mississippi State was the one that I was going to go with.
And then probably not on Friday, but on Saturday and Sunday, I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on the Texas UCSB.
Yeah.
Games. And for that same token, Florida State and Coastal
With
Carolina.
North Carolina.
Right.
Yeah. I think that would be my one I really want to see is that North Carolina. There is a player for Louisiana that you guys know how much I love Shea Langoliers.
Oh yeah, Bangaliers.
Yeah. They have a player that looks just like him. He doesn't play catcher, but Lee Amadei looks just like Langoliers, and he was raking at the tournament this weekend. Tournament.
I love dudes who rake.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about Daniel Jackson is he comes across as super douchey. Like I was telling you guys about the other night, like just reminds me of the guy from Trouble with the Curve. But that dude just you can't get him out. He's freaking good. For Georgia.
So do we want to go through and give our regional predictions of who we think wins each region?
Yeah, and then Kale can talk.
Yeah,
I don't need to say much.
Let's give Kale the floor. Kale, read our regional predictions for us, would you?
I don't have that list up yet. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. You must be in your recruiting spreadsheet.
Oh yeah.
Real quick, Colin, while he gets this pulled up, because I haven't been paying attention. Has there been any big transfer portal additions from teams that did not make it yet?
Not that I have seen. I haven't seen anything that's been eye opening. There was one guy from there was something I seen today, actually.
Kendall posted a couple today.
That was entering the transfer portal with a do not contact tag that was like in SEC country territory.
Yeah. There were so many guys watching these like lower tier conference tournaments last week. I was like, dang, wish Nebraska could pick that guy up with Nebraska losing so many seniors and guys to MLB drafts. Like, and then you pull him up, it's like, oh, he's a senior. Oh, he's a senior. Like, dang it, where's the good guys that are not seniors? Oh, wait, they've already transferred.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All righty.
Are we doing regional or who we're picking for our 8 to the
do regionals first, and then we'll do our 8 to Omaha.
Okay. Regionals.
Okay. So you want me to do all of yours or just mine?
Do them all. Read the list.
Yeah, we want to hear your voice.
Cody's got UCLA, Wake Forest, Jacksonville State, Florida, North Carolina, USC, Nebraska, Auburn, Georgia, Louisiana, Oregon, Texas, Oklahoma State, Florida State, Arkansas, and Georgia Tech all moving on to the Super Regionals. I have UCLA, Wake Forest, Virginia, Florida, North Carolina, USC, Ole Miss, Auburn, Georgia, Cincinnati, Oregon and Texas, Bama, Florida State, Arkansas, and Georgia Tech. And then Colin, UCLA, Wake Forest, Southern Miss in Florida, North Carolina, USC, Nebraska, Auburn, Mississippi State, Georgia, Oregon, UCSB over Texas, Oklahoma State, Coastal Carolina, Arkansas, Georgia Tech, all advancing to Super Regionals. Thoughts
Now,
before we move on?
now we move on to who do we have going to the College World Series?
The 8 at the plate.
For Cody, he's got the Bruins at UCLA, the Gators of Florida, the Tar Heels, North Carolina, the Tigers of Auburn, the Bulldogs of Georgia, the Ducks of Oregon, the Seminoles of Florida State,
That's my least confident one.
and the Yellow Jackets, the Yellow Jacket Bombers of Georgia Tech. Colin has UCLA, Florida, USC, Nebraska, Georgia, Oregon, Georgia Tech, and Oklahoma State. What a freaking group there.
Notice 4 Big Ten
4 out of
teams.
the Big Ten.
2 SEC teams. 1
Gosh,
ACC.
we are just hoping for this, aren't we? Just for the sake of turning
Oh.
tides.
Kayla,
Yeah.
you didn't read off yours.
Mine,
Chalk.
UCLA, Florida, North Carolina, Auburn, Georgia, Oregon, Bama, Georgia Tech.
So
Right.
surely Oregon's not going to make it since all 3 of them.
Yep.
Well, that sucks.
But they're a team like Collins talked about where they're very heavily offensive dependent.
Yeah, and I didn't think that offense would play in TD Ameritrade, and it does.
Yeah.
When you're hitting balls that are no doubters, it doesn't matter where you're playing at.
Yeah. Oregon's pretty young too.
They were young on the gridiron this year, too.
It's because half their guys are gridiron guys.
Do you have a pick for the Golden Spikes?
Is it really even a competition?
Could be.
It's not. It's Daniel Jackson.
You don't think Hairston or Davis?
No, it's Daniel Jackson. He's a Triple Crown winner.
Yep. SEC Triple Crown winner.
Right.
No Von Lackey.
No. You know who has actually quietly not been very good this year?
Burris.
Yeah.
Drew Burris. Is it he's not been good or he's just been so good his first 2 years?
Well, I mean, there's that deal.
Yeah. Hard to top what he did
He-
freshman year.
He has not been as good this year as he was as a freshman and sophomore. And by that, I mean, like, he's only what am I looking at? Oh. There we go. He's only hitting 366.
Yeah. How many home runs?
22.
Yeah. If Louisville made the tournament, do you think there'd be a better shot for Tate Davis?
I mean, could be, but I mean, I think Daniel Jackson has just carried that freaking team the whole year on his back to where, I mean,
Yeah.
I have a hard time seeing anybody else winning it. Landon Harrison is batting .413
Yeah, because that was one of the names I brought up to you, where
with
he's
28 bombs and 79 RBIs.
Harry Bonds.
But yet Cody doesn't think he's that good,
I never said that.
or that Arizona State's that good.
No, I said they're a one-trick pony with him. No, I said that. I was just saying that I think he could give Daniel Jackson a run for Golden Spikes. Never once did I put him down.
You put his team down, and that's enough for me.
I just thought that the Kansas Regional's tougher.
It's because you have a hard-on for Missouri State.
They're going to make some noise. They're not, but
I kind of hope that Kansas can somehow get through, but they wouldn't beat Georgia Tech though either.
Here's the thing about Kansas that's kind of scary is they're a bunch of JUCO guys.
Yep.
And you never know what kind of chip JUCO guys are going to have on their shoulder. And they could just let her eat here in the
let her eat.
Well, and what I was going to say, to add on to what you're saying, is what's another thing you get from JUCO guys? You're getting a lot of guys that are older and have seen a lot of pitches, played a lot of baseball.
And they don't give two Fs.
And they have a pretty good coach.
Yeah, not bad.
So, well, you guys got anything else before we head out? Do you want to hit on Hunter Yurachek real quick?
He's an idiot.
Jeez. Don't want to play a 9:00 game at Utah because you have an 11 a.m. game the following week. Buddy, that's weekly in the Big Ten.
Newsflash. Your team's going to suck, so you're going to lose both games anyways.
And if your team doesn't suck, you wouldn't get the 11 a.m. games for the SEC every week.
Yeah, versus Georgia.
Yeah. So it'll be, yeah. As Kale said many times last season, building in excuses before it happens.
Right. Yep.
Like he's complaining about playing a 9:15 game in Utah and turning around and playing an 11 a.m. game the next Saturday. Well, guess what, buddy? Last year, fucking Nebraska played a 6:30 game in Penn State and turned around and played the next Friday in Lincoln against Iowa.
Yeah.
Like you at 11 o'clock. You want to talk about a quick turnaround, cocksucker? Like,
well, and that was the one I tweeted at him. I was like, Nebraska went to Maryland, came back, and then had to go to Minnesota the following Friday.
Right. Yeah. You're at least at home.
Yeah. So.
Like just the build. It's like Kale said, built-in excuses already for when they suck. Donkey doo-doo.
Yeah.
Because they're Arkansas.
Who'd they hire for their coach? I forget.
Ryan Silverfield.
That sucks because I like him.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, here's the funny thing. Toward the end of last season,
you kind of came off him towards the end, didn't you?
Well, Memphis just kind of their quarterback was hurt.
Yeah.
That wasn't a coaching thing. It was like their personnel was just dragging ass. Now I lost what I was gonna say. Oh, no, I forgot now.
You were just talking about Memphis and what you liked about.
No,
Last
not
year.
Memphis. Something about Arkansas. The thing about Arkansas is that was kind of going around toward the end of last year is that they don't actually view themselves as a SEC school. Like they operate like before the coaching carousel kind of really went full swing.
Yeah.
Like Arkansas would rather the way that they play ball financially with how they treat everything is more like a Big 12 like regional way of doing it.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
they view
Jesus.
themselves more into the like Big 12 culture than they do SEC culture when it really comes down to it. I can't remember who was saying that. I was pretty sure it was Pate. I thought Pate might have been saying that. I'm not sure. It's been a while, but
Well, when fucking Sam Pittman's your coach,
Yeah.
you know what you expect.
hey, they had a pretty good quarterback last year, old Taylon Green.
Yeah.
Somebody signed him to play tight end yet
He got drafted, didn't he?
as a quarterback?
I don't know.
The Browns selected him.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're gonna turn his
Yeah.
ass into a tight end or a wide receiver in a hurry.
Yeah.
You can't play quarterback at the Cleveland Browns when the chosen one's there.
Yeah. Dylan Gabriel, baby. Nothing, Kale.
I think Dylan Gabriel's NFL career is over.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Kind of like Josh
No,
Jacobs.
Cody, I just saw that you jumped online.
Kind of.
You going farming?
No. So I stopped in the middle of our game and my Xbox shut off. And so my game's gone.
College football game?
Mm-hmm. It
Dude,
was week 1. I was playing New Mexico State. I wasn't too worried.
well, guess you got to start over.
It's all right. Morgantown, I'm going to lead you guys to a national title someday.
You playing on Heisman?
No.
No, me neither. Colin plays on Heisman. Colin mods his Xbox so he can play above Heisman.
Yeah.
No. I did have a shootout with Texas last night.
Go balls and outside stretch, outside zone.
You betcha, baby. Get that 8-man football. Get to
Four
the corner.
verts and out, 4 verts and stretch plays.
Get to the corner. You gone.
Oh gosh.
That's why you draft guy or recruit guys with 90 speed, Kale.
Give me a phone booth and I'll show you how to play football.
I think this is a good ending point. We're talking about our NCAA football dynasties. So
Hey, I've said more now since in this
I know.
little 10 minutes than I have in the whole episode.
Oh, hey, since we're on the topic of college football, you want me to give my Husker football hot take, or do you want me to save it?
Save it.
save it because I'm guessing we've lost every one of our 7 people that are going to listen to this.
That's pretty
All right.
good.
Well, hey, go Big Red. Softball,
Big Red.
baseball,
Track
See you
and
in
field.
Lincoln. See you in Lincoln.
Yeah. We will be back Sunday night. Wrap up regionals.
Maybe.